So as you guys can see, this is one of the main reasons why I am really skeptical about putting more money into this car. Okay, so I'm doing a mock-up trial right now of the wing. Again, because I obviously saw it when I bought it. But this, obviously, stock bumper with the makeshift front spoiler that I had. That'll obviously be changed out eventually, but right now, this is what it looks like with the wing on. Oh my god. That is a 69-inch pure carbon wing. I think it looks pretty good. I just don't think it looks good from the back. Or not as good because we don't have the M-style bumper and then the quad exhaust when they have the one-side exhaust, which I'm not a fan of at all, but it changes the whole car. The only problem is here is that the epoxy, I just don't like how the epoxy came out, honestly. Because the bottom, that's how it's supposed to look. But as you can see, the epoxy just, ugh. I can always get another one of these. The only problem is it's over 700 bucks. But for right now, this looks good. I don't think obviously I'm gonna keep both wings because that looks just sleeping. I think reality is, I think I mocked it up incredibly well, I think. So that's what it looks like from the rear. Super easy to get this guy off of the top of the trunk here. Just expander clips that go into there. Who would have ever guessed? Once I got the holding clips off, it was time to drill, but we kept breaking the drill bits. And who would have ever guessed it would be so scary to make permanent holes in the trunk? Literally the most nerve-wracking thing, because now we're in the deburring phase, so we're taking all these little burrs or leftover things from the edges and taking them away. But it's permanent, it's done, so there's no really worrying about it now, because I was very scared when it was coming into play and actually drilling the holes. We drilled it with a very, very, very fine drill bit first, and now we went thicker. So what I actually did here was I put weather stripping on it. So essentially the bolts where the holes are now are going through weather stripping, which is supposed to be able to kind of resist a lot of stuff. Obviously, the only part that I'm a little concerned about is right in here, but I doubt it's really gonna make that much of a difference. I mean, this is literally gonna be tightened all the way, which it hasn't been tightened yet, but wow. What a difference it makes. The duckbill one, obviously, is going to be probably taken off. It's just not right now. I got to heat that up and take out the 3M so it doesn't take off the plasti dip as right now, because we are going to wrap this, just not yet. But wow, it looks good. And then, of course, after a couple days, my luck just totally went south. I don't know what has been happening, but it seems like the car's transmission, gearbox, timing, whatever it may be in that realm, has been malfunctioning terribly bad. Oh guys, this is not good. It's actually shutting off my iDrive if I put too much boost on it, but right now my transmission isn't, I don't really think doing well. I already reset the code once and I didn't film it the first time when it actually popped up, but I didn't think it'd pop up again because I thought it was just probably a sensor, but I was wrong. Then I reset the code and it disappeared for a little bit. But then, as you'll see later in the video, it comes back on, but so do a lot of its friends. So far, so good. So as you guys can see, this is one of the main reasons why I am really skeptical about putting more money into this car. It's not that it's an N54, it's just the fact that it's a 2010. Nothing was wrong with it in the very beginning, obviously because it was stock. But now that I've been tuning it and everything, that's just one of the things that comes along with tuning cars, is that you have a bunch of these mistakes, but at the same time, it shouldn't be this frequent. Now, a trans tune essentially is just manipulating the TCU instead of the ECU to say, hey, switch the gearboxes quicker and faster. Well, if the gearbox and or transmission is obviously not supposed to be doing that, you know, there's a little bit of issues on that. And I have a little bit of a feeling that I may have destroyed something with the transmission. I was a little scared at first to even do the trans tune, but now that I actually did it, oh, I should really say that I haven't blown up my transmission, because if I had done that, then I wouldn't even be able to move the car. Like, I wouldn't be able to apply the accelerator and apply boost and able to move the car or put it even in gear. So one, I know that I didn't fully destroy it. Did I damage it? Big possibility. Now remember, I had gone from a stock TCU to a stage 3 TCU tune, which in hindsight was probably a bad idea. According to XHP, that makes your TCU put down over 1,000 Newton meters of force or 737 pounds of torque. We're gonna use this to determine what exactly everything is meaning, but at the same time, we're also going to see what the XHP is saying as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is go ahead and view diagnostics. We're going to go read fault codes. So this does the exact same thing as MHD does. It's just a matter of a transmission tune instead of an engine tune. And as you can see, it seems like it's all based on sensors, nothing mechanical. Well, this is not how I pictured part 2 to go, but this is the reality of tuning a car. Again, the purpose of XHP was to make sure those gears are like this, right? Buttery smooth, but on a stock trans and a 14-year-old trans, maybe a stage 3 is a little bit too much for it to handle, which is a very big possibility. That's why I was always scared to do the MHD, but the MHD seems to be fine. Now, I'm gonna reflash this car to a stage 2, because again, I feel like the stage 3 may have just been too much for the stock trans, so I'll reflash that off camera. But I want to tell you guys quickly the difference between a stage 2 and a stage 3. I didn't ruin anything. Seems like it's just sensors, but Stage 2 is made for people wanting the most from their transmission on street use. The revised torque converter setup provides snap-on takeoff feeling at every junction. The cut shift times in drive, sport, and manual modes wash away the sluggish shift feeling. It also allows the torque converter limiters to go up to 700 Newton meters or 516 foot-pounds of torque in every gear. Now let me tell you stage 3. So there's a lot. It apparently raises the bar in every aspect, meaning that it's slightly firmer to the stage 2 caliber. It cuts shifts to a minimum and sacrifice shift comfort in favor of pure speed. On downshifts, you'll experience instant and very audible rev matching. Rev limiters are removed in every gear to put the driver in total control of the race car. And then, this is probably where it hurt it, the torque limiters are up to 1,000 Newton meters or 737 foot-pounds of torque for every gear. Again, this is a stock trans. I've literally more than doubled the amount of foot-pounds of torque the stock trans had, and I don't know how many it can handle, so we're gonna go stage 2. And just like tuning with MHD, you'll get a bunch of scary codes. However, this is normal. Now that I'm in stage 2, it's time to take this for a drive and see, 1, if it worked, and 2, if anything is actually damaged. Stage 2. No more codes. That one is actually a cam fault, so I can't really do anything with that one because it's messing with wires, but no codes. I can somehow feel a major difference between stage 2 and stage 3 just by going 20 miles an hour, which is actually crazy because stage 3, I believe, was a 757 pounds of torque per gear, and the other one, stage 2, I think is like 500 something. I can't remember what I said. I'll look in the video again, but holy crap, man, there's like a massive difference. We're just giving a normal boost, but now I'm gonna floor it just a little bit. I'm scared. Wow. I mean, it's still fast. It's just not like the stage 3 fast, which is crazy because the stage 3 was really fast. But this one, I think, I can definitely feel it's safer. Oh yeah. And then, as things were looking very promising, the code popped up again. The all-wheel drive malfunction. But things only got worse as it left me stranded on the interstate. I don't know what's going on, but something is malfunctioning horribly bad, and I'm on the interstate right now.